Good afternoon. It's Matthew with DadRoam again. Thanks for tuning in. Today, we're gonna have a little chat about some investment property. And not any specific investment property, just a distressed property, distressed by some reason or another, either financial issues or like this one, deferred maintenance. So let's go take a look. It has some cool features. Look at this old transom window with the original leaded glass. Now, if you do notice, let's look at this one over here. Straight, not so much. Now, there are a lot of signs in here that seem to indicate that this has some foundational issues. Again, the original leaded glass in those windows. Some of the windows have been replaced. You notice up here, there's some boards that are popping loose. There's some funny things going on. Let's take a cruise to this whole place and we'll point out some different things as we go. And really, when is the last time you saw light switches like that? That's awesome. See the original wallpaper? Now this one is listed for $210,000. Not a lot of money for a lot of house. It's probably the tallest kitchen counters I think I've ever seen. Uh-oh, Harry Potter would be jealous. Look at this creepy little closet. Gotta love it. We still have to go upstairs. Let's go look upstairs real quick. Some ventilation window. I know it's odd placement, but it used to give natural light and ventilation. This house was built in the 40s. Awesomeness. More of the push button switches. Okay, let's roll through here. Check this out. Now, surprisingly, the second floor feels extremely stable. I don't hear any creaks. I don't feel any bounciness in the floor. But the bottom floor definitely has a distinct list to it. You can feel it. It's pretty aggressive on the slope there, as you can kind of see from the railing. Nothing says fancy like wood paneling. And we have the creepy stairway to the attic. Okay, now we get into a little different situation. As you can tell by the expanding foam everywhere, there's been some DIY going on in here. And technically, this is original. This is the original exterior of the home. So we kind of had the walkout, like Romeo and Juliet thing going on back here. But they have closed it in at some time. That's probably not good. Now there is some charm to this house. I mean, the wood floors, super cool. they look to be in fairly decent shape. So don't think I'm just talking bad about everything that's wrong with this house. It does have quite a few problems, but a lot of these old houses have quite a few problems. Most of it stems from the foundation. And obviously I'm not a structural engineer, but when there's light coming through the bottom plate on the wall, and there's obvious sloping, usually that's a pretty good indication that there might be a structural issue with the foundation. There's a lot of silicone in here too. Okay, let's cruise on back. Here we go back to that add-on area. See, this is original. All this seems to be original. And then one time, they've added a bathroom. But wait, there's more. Original leaded glass. Here I'm going through the back door of the house. And here are where things get pretty interesting. This is what appears to be an old garage that they've turned into some type of room. Let's cruise outside. Sorry for the bright light. It does have an electric gate, lots and lots of parking. Let's cruise and finish this out real quick, and then we'll go check out the pool. Again, lots of sloping going on here. And I don't know what this discoloration is at the bottom of the walls, but it's probably not good. I have a kitchen. So this is kind of a little casita or mother-in-law area, if you will, or you have a growing family and that you want them to stay around. Here would be kind of the living area. Another bathroom with more expanding caulk, or expanding foam, sorry. I'm assuming washer and dryer hookup. Looks like that's what it is. Lots more foam, lots more cracks on the walls. Lots of big cracks on the walls. So it appears to be an original plaster on this back wall. It's cracked extensively. Okay, let's cruise back outside. Uh-oh. Old door, doesn't open, doesn't close very easy. Huge, huge. It has a double lot, huge backyard. Now, back when these were built, the zoning laws and the setbacks and all those type of things were different. And you see this little shed or house, whatever's back there, is built directly on the fence. Now, if you were to knock that down now, if you knock it down completely and try to rebuild, you'll have a setback nowadays. So you'll probably have to put it 5 to 10 feet from the fence line. But since this was grandfathered in, they use it all the way up to the fence line around here. No earthly idea what this bin is to. I'm assuming the sewer line. Now the lot is beautiful, I will give it that. Lots of usable area. Here, bright light again. It's kind of your patio area. We have a little fire pit thing going on there. Plenty of room out here. There is a pool. I don't know when the last time the pool has been used. Very interesting thing. It doesn't seem to have its own drain or anything. It's kind of a external drain thing going on there. And then here we have a little pool house, guest house, whatever type of house you want to call it. Immediately walk into the kitchen. Get some lights on. There we go. And that's pretty much it. Small bathroom. Little closet back there. I don't know what is going on back here, but it looks gross. Now, if you like these tours, leave a comment, subscribe, let me know below, and I'll add some more. The reason we picked this particular one is we want to talk about investment strategies. And so rehab cost on something like this, all of this extra stuff would probably need to go. That'd probably be the easiest and most cost-effective way to deal with this particular property is just cut it back off to the original house. That being said, rehab cost on something like this, depending on your finished materials, it could be $200,000 to $500,000. And that's where we come into the issue of rehabbing especially the properties with deferred maintenance. It can be a super cool house that has a lot of super cool features to it. The biggest issue is once you do the purchase price of $210,000 or whatever you negotiate that at, once you do that purchase, and once you factor in that, say, $200,000 to $500,000 rehab cost, will the neighborhood actually support that? I mean, here you have a house that you have $400,000 to $600,000 that you've invested in a neighborhood that might not have a single house over $300,000. And that's the tricky part about these old houses like this. And a lot of people say, well, you know, in the future, growth and blah, 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 blah. Do you want to gamble $500,000 on that growth that might or might not happen? And that's the most important thing you need to look at before choosing to take on a project like this. Thank you for your time today. Again, if you have any questions, post them down below. You're welcome to DM me. Thank you for watching.